As a past victim of narcissistic abuse, I am a person who often deals with issues of self doubt. Now, obviously, it's not as bad as it used to be. I usually will snap out of it, but it's still the default setting, if you will. And as I'm going through this targeted and organized narcissistic abuse that is called gang stalking or organized harassment, organized community harassment, I've come to find out that one of my family members, well, more than one, but I'm thinking of one in particular of my family members who has been participating in my gang stalking, and it made me think a lot. Now, of course, my initial thought is I've done something to this person, which I have, not to him, but I've said some things to my friend in private that has been reported back to him, and that hurt his feelings, right? And I'm guessing that this is how they got him to participate in the gang stalking. Now, my first thought was I was wrong. I was wrong to do that. I shouldn't have done it. I hurt his feelings, and here we are now. And I still feel that way. I still feel like I was wrong, and I am sorry, and I have apologized to him. And he doesn't necessarily accept my apologies. He doesn't acknowledge the situation that is happening. He's pretending like everything is cool, like he's not participating in the gang stalking, like he didn't do directed conversations with me a bunch of times. But that's his cross to bear at this point. I've apologized. I've made my peace. But because he's my family member and because we grew up together, it made me think for someone to do something so horrible to me, that is my family member that grew up with me, I must really be horrible. And in my memories, this person has always been someone that has been a kind, a gentle person, if you will. This is my memory of that person. But the more I think about him and the more I think about how not only how I experienced him, but who he is with everyone, I'm starting to realize that he's always been kind of cruel. I mean, he had this thing where whenever we were together, he would always tease my twin brother to the point of making him cry. And it didn't seem to make him stop. It seemed to sort of encourage him to do worse and make my brother cry even more. And he's about, I think he's about maybe 5 years older than me. I'm not sure. But it just, you know, it shows his cruelty, his cruel side, that, you tease someone, all right, we're kids, I guess. I mean, he wasn't a kid, he was a teenager, but we're kids. But once you see that you've made the person you're teasing cry, and this is a family member, it should incentivize you to stop, shouldn't it? And I'm not saying like, oh, he sometimes made my brother cry. I'm saying almost every single time we saw him, and we saw him a lot, but almost every single time we saw him, he would always tease my brother to the point of making him cry. And he seemed to always have like new torturous ways of making him cry, new insults, new tactics to make him cry. I mean, he really seemed to be enjoying himself. And it made me reflect on the past. And I do remember one point, it was New Year's Eve, and we were talking about New Year's resolution. I was about 10 years old. And he had said that his New Year's resolution would be to stop teasing my twin brother and start picking on me instead, which he did. Now, if I'm being honest, the way that it went is he started teasing me. He started, making fun of me, just messing with me. And I didn't react. Not because it didn't hurt me, but just because I didn't understand what he was saying. I was really socially awkward. I didn't get it. I didn't get the insults he was making at me. And some of them were in English. I didn't speak English at the time. So it just kind of like rolled off my back. I was just like, I don't understand you, so and I don't care. And his immediate reaction was to stop teasing me and then go back to my brother and make him cry. And I had completely forgotten about that until yesterday, where I was thinking about it, and it just made me realize that, I often give credit to the people who participate in gang stalking as to, well, they don't know what they're doing. They've been fooled. These are good people that think they're going after a bad person, when in reality, a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them were cruel in the first place. It's completely in their character to do these kinds of things, and Sometimes we just don't see it until they actually go to that length and do it to us. Anyways, the point I'm making is that um, the situation really made me think about the things I've done, the things I've said to upset him. And I deal with a lot of issues of self doubt. So I was constantly thinking, well, to a certain extent, I do deserve it. But that's not the truth. The truth is, this is a person that has always been cruel. And when given an opportunity to be cruel, he jumped on it because that's who he is. Remember, T.I., you deserve mercy. You deserve grace. Love yourself first, always. This is the War Against Narcissism, guys. Salute.